Guys, you're looking at an absolute diamond. Every once in a while, we get an original owner bike, 25 years old with very low miles on it, that's absolutely pristine and been meticulously maintained. Well, this is one of those days. ZX-R12, the bike that was designed by Kawasaki to unseat the Hayabusa as fastest production motorcycle ever made. It's an absolutely stunning example. Has a Yoshimura RS3 exhaust on it, Pirelli tires, and it's basically in brand new condition. Has a Diablo Rosso tires on it, and this one's a stunner. Friend Greg Mullaney purchased this bike brand new almost 25 years ago, coming up on 25 years. And he's a collector of pristine super bikes like the Hayabusa that we just did a video of his, and he has a half dozen other, and he's getting up there in his 60s. Wanted to raise some funds and part with some of his collection to let somebody else have some fun with him for the next 25. And we've had a lot of ZX7s, but very few ZX-12Rs come in. This one is absolutely freaking immaculate. A guy who buys a bike brand new and keeps it 25 years obviously had a lifelong love affair with this bike, and he's got some really nice upgrades on the bike. Some of them obvious, some of them not so obvious. But let me just read down the list here. It's got core stainless brake lines, front and rear. Of course, the brake fluid was changed on it when that was done. It has the Power Commander 3. Bike is tuned beautifully, and it has, of course, the Yoshimura RS3 stainless pipe on it. Has the smoked windscreen. We also have the stock original smoke screen in the box, and it has the optional rear seat cowl and a set of, get this, paint matched saddlebags, which was an option from Kawasaki. I've never seen a set. I didn't know it was an option. I'll break those out later in the video, but it has a set of turtle shell type saddlebags if you're gonna take this thing to the beach, because it's more than just a super bike. You can also sport tour with it. Definitely an all-around bike, not just a one-trick pony. It also has the smoke turn signals you can show in the tail light. The grips have been upgraded to the Super Bike Pro grips, and it also has a brand new K&N air filter in it. And we just did an oil change with a Spectro 1040 oil. So I had my tech go right through it top to bottom, make sure it was 100%. He pulled the fuel tank, inspected the air filters. They're still brand new. Changed the O-ring on the cam position sensor. That's about it. Didn't really need much. I went to the detail shop where we gave it I personally hand washed this bike and worked with the guys in the detail shop. We put one coat of new coat wax on it, and that's about it. Hand washed and waxed. I personally washed this bike. It also has a beautiful gold chain on it. The Diablo Rosso tires have a 90% tread left on it. Guys, the bike has no miles on it. He had many bikes. This is one of many, and he kept this thing as a showpiece. 7,000 miles, and it's an absolute diamond. It's never been dropped. Greg's an adult. He's not a kid. He's in his 60s. He knows how to take care of a bike, and the original paint finish on this literally looks brand new. There's no scratches on the front of the fender. No scratches on the fairing. I don't see any nicks or any damage on the fairing. It's absolutely beautiful. Maybe one tiny pin size nick right there. The sides, the bottom of the fairing still has a beautiful shine on it. You always got to get down and dirty here and look at the bottom of these too. This never been bounced off. It's perfect. Never been bounced off the street. Pegs are perfect. They never ground these pegs once. The pipe is immaculate, like it just came out of the box. The fuel tank is in pristine condition. No scratches up in the front from the belt buckles like most. Even has the original idiot sticker on the fuel tank, which most guys take off. He kept that on there. Tailpiece is immaculate, as is the optional cowling for the solo saddle. This side of the tank is beautiful, and this side of the fairing here, it's like trying to carry an egg for 25 years and not dropping it. This thing's been meticulously maintained by an expert rider. No evidence of ever any issues whatsoever. We also have the sport stand for it too that comes with it. We'll show you. Corrected, Greg didn't give us those with the bike. Ron says that's his. That's for the shop. That's a shop stand, so the pit bull stand doesn't come with it, but we do sell them if you want one. Beautiful, beautiful bike. Diablo Rosso tires, braided stainless signs, Yoshi pipe, smoked windscreen, and the rest is all pristine, original. Guys, come here. I got to show you this. We've got the original title, we have the title from Greg, which you expect to get, and we have. This is the stuff you normally don't get with a bike. A copy of the certificate of origin for a vehicle. Of the 7,500 motorcycles I've sold here at Kaplan Cycles in the last 10 years, I have never gotten a more fully documented for original owner bike. He saved everything. A copy of the back of the original title. The actual sales receipt from G&G Cycles of Salisbury, $9,449. No, $9,649. He let a $200 deposit, just under 10 grand. That doesn't include all the extras. I'm sure he's got well over 12.5 into it. Here's the odometer disclosure. Here's the receipt for the Yoshi pipe, the Canyon Dancers, the soft hooks, the spools. I forgot to mention that has the spools on it and the soft. Here's the. This explains why there's two owner's manuals here, because they changed the break-in maximum RPM limit after 1,000, before 1,000 miles. The original manual and then the supplemental manual that came from the factory. We also have the Federal Emission Control Systems documentation, the motorcycle warranty. We've got the, this is the pre-assembly checklist, the Lemon Law information. I've got the motorcycle service manual, which you can see it didn't need much. There's no greasy pages in here. The practice guide, the riding tips, and then the original deal packet. Every bit of literature that came with the motorcycle, including, so this is something I've never seen before. This is called The Story of the Ninja ZX-12R. It's a whole book that this is how serious they were about this bike when they built it. They actually, the Kawasaki engineers made a book about it. It's pretty intense. And also a note that says, we would like to thank you for purchasing your Kawasaki Ninja ZX-12R by presenting you with an enclosed book, The Story of the Ninja ZX-12R. I wanted to keep this for the museum, and I thought about it, and I was like, you know, that can't happen. This has to go with the bike. And here's the actual G&G Cycles motor ad for $96.49, green with 0 miles, and then the Suzuki GSX-R 1300 for $99.99. I think he made a good choice going with the ZX-12R, because that thing is just absolutely freaking stunning. I do love the Hayabusa also, but the color green on this thing just pops. And the story of the Ninja ZX-12R, this is pretty cool. I got to read you one paragraph from this book. The Kawasaki Ninja motorcycles take their name from a special class of Japanese warrior, masters of the ninjutsu martial art, who are reputed to have the ability to make themselves invisible. Legends trace the origins of the ninja back to Japanese antiquity, but they reach full prominence during the Sengoku period from 1467 to 1568. Renowned for their stealth, superlative power, and grace in movement, they earn an elite status and a fearsome reputation, with the very mention of their name commanding respect and inspiring awe. But there is another significant characteristic which Kawasaki Ninja motorcycles share with their namesakes. They mean business. And it goes on. There's like it's pretty spectacular book. I think I'd enjoy reading that if I had the time to sit down and do it. But yeah, you'd be hard pressed. Well, let me just put it to you this way. You won't find a more fully documented, full provenance Ninja 12R. And I would say you'd be very hard pressed to find one with lower miles and I don't think you'd find one in finer cosmetic, mechanical, and electrical condition. This thing's an absolute freaking diamond. It needs nothing. So if you've been looking for a world-class ZX-12R, the bike that was designed to unseat the current reigning champion at the time, the Hayabusa, well, your ship came in. The ZX-12R is 1,199 cc's, inline four engine. It produces 178 horsepower at low speed. But take a look at the front. Ronnie, show them this huge ram air in the front here. That's a ram air intake. And once you get up in the 150, 160, 170 miles per hour, it increases the horsepower from 178 to 190 horsepower. It acts as a turbocharger, filling the air intake with pressurized air. Ram air intake. That made it the most powerful production motorcycle up until 2006. It held the title for 7 years, and then they released the ZX-14, which unseated the ZX-12. It was a contender to be the fastest production motorcycle and played a role in bringing to a truce the escalating competition to build an ever faster motorcycle. Its top speed was electronically limited to 186 miles per hour. Not this one. This is the first year, but later they're electronically limited. This one right here is the only ZX-12R that was not electronically limited, tying it with the Suzuki Hayabusa as the fastest production motorcycle on the market at 194 miles per hour. So just an awesome piece of history. This one's a diamond, one owner, lifelong, 25-year love affair with it, coming to an end because he's getting older and wants to let it go. So if you're thinking of getting one of these, it's a museum investment quality diamond. Your ship just came in. 12.21 compression ratio, 194 mile per hour top speed, 6-speed sequential manual. It's got a beautiful gold chain on there that he upgraded also. The forks were ahead of their time. 43 millimeter Kiaba inverted telescopic fork with adjustable preload, 12-way rebound, and 12-way compression dampening. And the rear wheel has a gas charge piggyback reservoir shock with adjustable spring preload, 18-way rebound, and 20-way compression. So definitely was ahead of its time. It was light, 463 pounds. Even today, it looks like a thoroughly modern motorcycle. Look here, you'll see something that's missing on most motorcycles of this era and even later have what's called a perimeter frame, an aluminum perimeter frame. The ZX-12R uses a unique monocoque aluminum frame described by Cycle World in 2000 as a monocoque backbone, a single large diameter beam and fabricated from a combination of castings and metal stampings. It was the first use of this type of frame on a mass-produced motorcycle. The design surpasses the level of chassis strength and stiffness associated with conventional aluminum perimeter frames. So not only was it the fastest, it was the most stable. Its intention was also to make the bike narrower and therefore more aerodynamic, which is a thing when you're doing 180 miles an hour. I don't know if you ever, I was doing 145 on a Ducati and put my knee out by mistake, and next thing you know, you're over 2 lanes. The aerodynamics are key. The design saves space by housing the battery and incorporating an efficient airbox and a cartridge-type air filter that slides into the frame. Fuel-injected 4 Mikuni 46 millimeter throttle bodies and was Kawasaki's first fuel-injected sport bike since the 1981 to 85 GPZ 1100. So you're looking at a world-class, museum-quality investment. This is to find any 25-year-old motorcycle, let alone the world's fastest production motorcycle, the only unrestricted year, one owner with full documentation like that. I don't have to tell you, but it ain't gonna happen again anytime soon. I've been doing this here for 11 years straight. This is the first one of 7,500 motorcycles through here. We had a couple ZX-12s come through, but they were rats, and most of them are rats. Craigslist, Facebook, Marketplace, just needs a carb clean turds. That's not this, man. This one's from the bottom of the fiberglass cowling to the top. It's an absolute diamond. Let me show you the bags. Badass mint original, but check this out, it gets even better. In addition to the Yoshimura RS3, which is a bolt-on pipe, it also has the original factory silencer in pristine condition. Look at this thing. So actually has one tiny little ding in it right here, but there's no rust on it. Obviously this was taken off some time ago and it's still in mint condition. And it also comes with a Corbin Gunfighter, I think they call it, saddle, handmade saddle, leather saddle if you're going to do the long distances. And at one point he had it set up with that saddle on there, and also was something I I didn't even think this was a thing, but a set of, I'll call it turtle shell saddlebags by Corbin, which are painted to match the motorcycle beautifully. And it comes with the brackets for them, and they mount right on the side of the bike, just like this. So remember I told you this wasn't just a one-trick pony, not only the most horsepower and the fastest top speed, but it also can be set up for really fast sport touring with this saddlebag setup right here. So it has it cut out for your girlfriend's leg to, if you're taking her with you too. So you take that seat off and make it a two-seater. So yeah, it comes with the bags. Both the bags are in excellent condition. There is one little nick in the paint right here I'd like to show you on one bag. This other bag, the exterior is in mint condition, but it does have, these are aftermarket fiberglass by Corbin. The inside is, look at this. So it's got the Corbin seat and the bags. I don't know what these cost, but I'd bet they were north of $1,000. And they don't make them anymore, so this is like what I'll call unobtainium. A little bit of the gel coat has a little crack in it right there. But the paint shines just as nice as the motorcycle. A little crack in the gel coat right there. But you get the bags, you get the mounting brackets, you get the original pipe, and you get the Corbin saddle. And if you want to make the bike totally stock appearance, it comes with the original windshield and the original pipe. So also he has the original turn signals, not turn signals. He's got the original brake light and turn signals in brand new condition if you wanted to put those back on. So as I mentioned earlier, it has the smoked versions on there. It's got the original tuner and it has the original chain guide. So the most fully documented one I've ever seen, the DynoJet Power Commander 3 literature. The most fully documented original I've ever seen. You got to admit, these turn signals look a lot better than the goofy big ones, and I'm sure at 190 miles an hour, you don't want turn signals hanging off the side of your bike. But yeah, I have not seen a nicer ZX-12R in decades. This one's absolutely pristine. The chain is, it's got a beautiful gold chain. The sprocket's like brand new. The rear fender is like brand new. The entire bike is like brand new. It looks and runs like a brand new motorcycle. If you have any questions about it, give us a call, 860-454-7024. Greg did a phenomenal job preserving this bike in its pristine original condition. Thanks for watching, and God bless America.